Hello, Brony review, and this does not count as an episode. This is a history video. You know the word IMAX. IMAX is a movie experience unlike any other. Whoa. Could you hold the camera up there a little? Sorry. Well, as I was saying, IMAX has a big screen, huge surround sound, to make you feel like you're in the movie. But how does IMAX do it? Well, this video will show you how IMAX does it. But first, let's go to chapter 1, the history. Back then, they were using 35mm film. Not IMAX, but theaters, until Tadeo came and pulled every single film stock away by using 70mm, which was larger and made for a wider image. So, somewhere in Canada, some folks there decided to use this 70mm for their own properties. So at the Canadian Expo of '67, they made Into the Labyrinth, which was where they used two 70mm projectors to make a large, super 6-story tall image. And that would become IMAX. The 70mm IMAX theaters used very large stuff. They had a very large screen where it gives you the illusion that you're gonna fall out of the seat at any moment. I had those feelings when I saw the 70mm IMAX. They had super surround sound and the most crystal clear image ever. But the only problem is, you can only find it in Canada. But, in 2 years after IMAX was founded in '71, the US would finally get a taste of IMAX quality when the Smithsonian installed their first ever IMAX theater. So, now we're gonna talk about chapter 2, Hollywood blockbusters. Back in 2000, when the clock struck midnight, IMAX teamed up with Disney to make Fantasia 2000, which was IMAX's first time releasing a Hollywood feature film. So, you can finally get a taste of Disney magic upon the 6-story tall screen. So, and later, we would get even more Hollywood feature films in IMAX. Like Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King. The only problem was, they didn't have IMAX remasterization, so what did they do? They decided to make DMR, which is their digital processing lab, where they make Hollywood feature films suited for the IMAX experience. So, that means if there's a big movie coming out and it's in IMAX, but they didn't use IMAX, it goes through that process. So, and now we're going to talk about the change from a 6-story 70mm to a pretty high quality digital system. The digital system was introduced way back in the middle of 2008 with Speed Racer, where IMAX can finally be used to make better quality so you wouldn't see a bunch of film scratches like, oh, I feel So, film scratches, get off me, get off me! IMAX Digital fixed the film scratch situation. And the bad thing was, the digital IMAX screen did not have the giant 6-story screen. But the positive is that they could finally show IMAX films in standard theaters. So, you can thank IMAX Digital for your IMAX theater. So, they had a big history. And now for part 3, IMAX technology. Let me talk to you about the two main things of IMAX. The 15 to 70 millimeter technology and the digital technology. The 70 millimeter technology, normally 35 millimeter would have the film vertically, but IMAX pushed it horizontally so that it could fit the image and make a larger thing. And their sound system used a laser-enhanced sound system so that you can feel the movie. Not really. And not to mention the 3D. But the weird thing is, their glasses used to look like this. Yeah, these look pretty ridiculous, but they would introduce a less bulky version of it later, which would look like this. Yep. So, since we got the 70 millimeter stuff out of the way, let's talk about the digital stuff. They used the digital projectors that were made by DLP Industries. So, the digital had a higher quality image and less film scratches. And their 3D glasses look less ridiculous, but they kind of make you look like a spider. So, and the other thing is the screen's a bit smaller too. And the other thing, they positioned the screen so close to the audience to make you still feel the giant screen. And pretty recently, IMAX just unleashed their new laser projection, which honestly looks pretty cool. I can't wait till my Springdale 18 gets a full-fledged laser projection. That will be amazing. So, let's move to 2 more parts. This part will be called IMAX and Me. Not IMAX and you, IMAX and me. It all started back in late 2008. Madagascar 2, Escape to Africa was coming, and I couldn't wait to see it. And so, one day, I was taken on Veterans Day. I have a day off from school, but the thing I noticed, we didn't go there. Instead, we found Springdale 18 Cinema Deluxe, and they took me to the IMAX version. And I was awed by the IMAX. The cool sound system, the giant screen, game changer. My first IMAX 3D movie was none other than Monsters vs. Aliens. And their 3D was the best. I loved every single moment of it. But then, after Megamind, I took a little bit of a hiatus on IMAX. but I made a stellar return when I saw Journey 2 in IMAX 3D. But just remember, this was a long hiatus that lasted a year. So that meant I noticed some different stuff. I noticed that they had digital now and had new glasses. And here, let me show you something I got from Journey 2. Here's the thing I got to keep that IMAX allowed me to keep for Journey 2. And these are the glasses. See, it says IMAX right there. Look, here's a 360 view. So, yeah. And IMAX still continues to Journey today. But I have not been to IMAX for a while since Finding Dory, but I might be coming back to IMAX one day. So, now for the final part, IMAX's impact. The IMAX has changed the way we see film, where they make us, unlike most theaters where you just watch it, IMAX will make you part of it. So, I might be coming back to IMAX this Friday for Star Trek Beyond because I heard Star Trek Beyond's coming back to IMAX, so I can't wait for it. So, thanks for watching, and stay tuned September 2nd for a double review of Star Trek Beyond, because I might be seeing it this weekend, and the upcoming MLP episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time.